Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. As many of you know, I did a 24-hour Gameathon live stream over on my Twitch channel November 3rd through November 4th to benefit Extra Life. We played a lot of Kerbals, we hung out, we had a really great time. I have chosen to cut down some of the footage from that live stream and post the relevant bits here to the YouTube channel to kind of show off what we did for the space program during that live stream. So we're just going to kind of jump right into it. This is picking up about an hour and a half after the broadcast started, so some of the conversation, some of the text might seem a little out of place for an episode 1, but this is the first relevant bit of stuff that we did pertaining to things going on in the channel. So I hope you will enjoy this excerpt from the live stream. More episodes will follow shortly, so enjoy the show. Yeah, and I should probably note for context that this is getting ready to launch the upgrades for the Tremonia Station in low Earth orbit. So now you know a little bit more about what's going on. Well, that was quite a zoom. Alright, I don't know if I want to leave this open or not. It could be, because, yeah, like I said, some of these windows don't unlock for a while. Alright, I need to fly, and I need to concentrate on flying, so I apologize greatly if I seem like I'm ignoring everyone in chat. I'm not, I promise. Since this is a rendezvous mission, margins are kind of tight. Wow, that is some thrust-to-weight ratio. Holy snikes. Look at her go. I really fear that something might be horribly wrong, like a stage is not fueled correctly, considering how wicked fast we're going. Yeah, I remember that. Not my finest hour. Whoa. Oh, it's trying to get away from me. Yeah, we're still too low to be getting that far beyond our node. Or vector, I should say. Alright, 0.25, come on. Let's do this. Let's do this correctly. Ish. Okay, maybe now this will be a little more controllable. Whew. Those 171Ms are no joke. Alright, fairings off. And there's all our stuff. Go ahead and get 2 of these panels out, make sure our batteries stay topped. Oh, which side has the comms? Minute 42, 6 minutes left to burn, 244 current altitude. Okay, you can hang out up here somewhere. Just keep that relative inclination to something tolerable. I like .01, doesn't mean we're gonna stay there. And whew, yeah, that launch could have gone a lot worse had the boosters not had enough to even get it off the pad like that. But that would have been something like just my luck. Ah, .03. Really? We're doing this already? Ooh. Oh, 34 seconds. We need to pitch up a bit. Mind the inclination. 25 seconds. I may have been overzealous. Yeah, our thrust to weight ratio is just now at 1.0 or 1.1. Oh boy. Four minutes left to burn. I think we'll be alright. I'm just going to leave it here. Ah, relative inclination. Dang it. Always something. funny how I go live and I can't get a launch right to save my life. Oh good, time to apoapsis is climbing. Phew, we're gonna be fine. As long as we can get that relative inclination, right? There. Right about? Yeah? No? Maybe? Maybe? Nope. And look at that power mass just wobble. Alright, now I'm just flinging it around for fun. That's probably not the smart thing to do. The RS-25 actually does throttle. I think it goes down about 60%. I think the 171s do also. They might actually deep throttle at 50%. And actually, I did cut the throttle back a little bit there during the ascent, probably down to 2/3. I just left the pitch angle too low for a little too long. Well, you know, we rolled this RS-25 variant out at about 1977 or so. I think we were using them for the Voyager window, and it's largely unchanged since then, with the exception of the boosters, which for a rocket is kind of like just changing the headlights and taillights on a car. So yeah, it still could be a 77 vintage era. Yeah, new for 1980 Soviet engines. Alright, and yeah. Now I'm entirely too high. And shut down. 653 by 160. And not too terrible. Let's go ahead and stage off the core. Yeah, the DN designation is mine. Rockets are the one thing I kind of keep ownership over the naming schematics for. I kind of like to do it with just a simple letter number designation. Keep it simple, and so that I can distinguish between variants. I have DN1, DN2, DN3, DN5, and then the letter after that denotes the upper stage variant, A, B, HV, D, F, etc. Alright, good. We got lots of fuel. Alright, let's see what MechJeb has to say about other stuff. What are they going to give me for an intercepted with home and transfer? 81 meters per second. That's not bad, really. 76 meters. Oh. We can tune that. Uh, 14 kilometers distance. 2.9. Oh, roll it back. Roll it back. Nope. Oh, dang it. Screwed it all up. Wow, how did I... Oh yeah. When I first started playing KSP, and really for about the 2 years after that, I made a new launcher for every mission. And every launcher was customized for that mission. And God, it took a million years to get anything done. Yeah, I would say rated tonnage to orbit is kind of how I designate, or how I deal with classifications, but with every little upgrades, and I know there's a lot more upgrading that can be done in real solar system versus stock, just by metric of there being so many more engines. .6 kilometers separation. We're going to go for that. 74.2 meters per second in 39 days. No. No, MacJab. I have liquid hydrogen as my fuel right now. No. Alright, well, let's turn satellites off so I can see what I'm dealing with here. Apoapsis, and let's just raise our periapsis to meet that orbit-ish. Okay. And pull that down. Yeah, it's not going to get me anywhere. No, I should probably not do that node until we're a lot closer. Alright, let's get this first burn out of the way. And that's part of the beauty of stock Kerbal Space Program versus RSS, is that it doesn't take a whole lot to go almost anywhere. Which, I don't know. The design philosophies are completely different. The way you can approach any problem is completely different. Playing RSS makes you really rethink the whole game, which is one of the reasons why I really like it. Is not that I had everything in stock figured out, but I certainly thought that I could build things ridiculous enough to go almost anywhere and do almost anything. But there was like the 135 year mission to Elu and stranding a Kerbal on Lathe, and then like the rescue mission, and then the rescue mission for the rescue mission, and then the rescue mission for them being stranded in orbit of Jewel. But it's really nice that you can take like a 3-ton thing to go to the moon or to go to Minmus, and it's, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'll ever be able to build a viable space plane, like runway takeoff, single-staged orbit spaceplane in RSS, but it's certainly something that can be done in stock Kerbal Space Program, and it's a lot of fun to do, especially when you can make something ridiculous and go to outer parts of the solar system to do crazy things with. I don't know, the cartoony funness of it is what makes it fun. This burn's going to take 2 seconds, apparently. Thrust to weight ratio is only 0.63. That's okay. Risky. It will take us a little while to ullage these things. Stable ignition. Okay. So that should bring us kind of along the orbit for the station. And of course I'm going to have to turn satellites back on to see where we are. Which one am I? Oh, I'm that station. So I can turn satellites off. That's even better. So we're just going to try to let it catch up to us and hope we don't boil off too much fuel in the process. Well, landing is the most important part of airplaning. Oh, that sucks. I was like, I didn't do any life support anything until I started playing with RSS. So this is actually my first venture into life supporting things. Which is why I'm so horribly bad at TAC life support. Do we not have a node? Because, yeah, that's our station, and that's it coming up behind us. Kind of have a node. Let me try to make a couple of corrections here. Ooh. So does MSI life support have like greenhouses and the ability to create food mid-flight or any kind of resource generation? Because that's the thing I'm kind of disappointed with TAC life support on. Like there should be a greenhouse module that lets you turn waste and water and electricity into food. I don't know. I might be overthinking that it's a simple mechanic when it's not. You don't happen to know if MSI is supported by Realism Overhaul, do you? Because if it is, then man, I think I watched the thing on Deep Freeze. That's where you can put your Kerbals into like cryostasis for long periods of time. It'd be pretty hard to grow bacon. Especially in a greenhouse. Although I guess if you had a pig on board, it could eat what's in the greenhouse. You could breed said pig with other pigs and have bacon. But that's one more thing whose oxygen consumption you have to account for. And you know what? I bet that bacon would still be good. I'm going to tinker with this node forever and 3 years, apparently. It's one of those things where apparently I'm just missing it. So let's try to do this at descending node. Yeah, and make it in orbit later. That's a lot closer. I guess you'd have to potty train it. I mean, pigs are supposedly smarter than dogs. Although I really don't know how long-term microgravity would affect a dog. Alright. Now see, that's a question worth researching. Let's draft the paper and send it to NASA. These are things I need to know. But man, cows are so heavy. Wonder if you could create like a special breed of pygmy cows that could still create milk and methane. I mean, not obviously in the same vast quantities. Whose beef would still be tasty, but have far less mass. Yeah, I'm starting to see some fairly significant boil off here. The good news is we have entirely too much delta V. Yeah, fair enough. But I guess we also need to consider the maturation time, like how long between you have a baby cow and something suitable for producing milk and or beef, and how long between when you have a baby pig and something that's capable of producing bacon and methane. Bacon or methane, because I guess you can really only do one of them at a time. Or you can do one right up until the point where you're doing the other. Something like that. Is it just so they can call you the Space Cowboy? Well, physics student, can I call you Maurice? Again, those are very interesting questions. We need to write up the paper and propose it to NASA. These are things I need to know. Oh no. I obviously I can't play the song for you because it would be super copyright. But Steve Miller Band, I think, is what you're looking for. I need to double check this node. Hey, Isbeg. How's it going? .5 kilometers. Awesome. So we just got to hit this node and we'll be good. It's 107 meters per second, so we'll definitely be using our engines for that. Oh, I did in fact love that Jamiroquai song also. But the Maurice reference is to Steve Miller Band. Oh yeah, Wookie, that brings up a whole new series of interesting questions. Like, if you had animals that like molt in the spring or fall months, shed or gain a winter seasonal coat, would they, in absence of seasons? There has to have been some kind of study on this, right? I mean, I guess that's the best way, really. Although well, I don't know, because if they're susceptible to lunar cycles, would being in orbit make them devoid of that? I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about biology to know the mechanism. Well, then I guess, yeah, you'd have unlimited space sweater supply. Right? So I think we have developed some compelling arguments for bringing livestock on deep space missions. It has to be a thing now. The first footsteps on Mars will be a very confused sheep. Oh, stay on target. Stay on target. Well, you know, my mom always said, never show up to somebody else's house empty-handed. Sheep wearing spacesuits, astronauts wearing tacky Christmas sweaters. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I don't think fish would have much of a problem swimming so long as they are able to stay in like the suspended bubble of water. See? Now we're plotting our time. And you'd have such a long time to knit so many sweaters. Alright, 38 minutes to closest approach. Now see, and that would be awesome. See, I want to flap my arms and fly around in my deep space knitted wool wingsuit on Titan. Tacky Christmas wingsuits. Oh, good. I swear these thrusters don't burn the mixture they're supposed to. Saying that Santa's reindeer learned to fly with tacky Christmas wingsuits on Titan. And if we dropped a sheep with a jetpack on Mars and left it on, I guess that depends on the available thrust from the jetpack and how much fuel it has. But my guess is that you'd have many little sheepy bits somewhere. It'll bounce like Pathfinder's landing craft. Too soon? I'd say were there a Santa, he would have to exist on Titan, because that's the only place I can see reindeer flying. In tacky Christmas setter wingsuits. And you'd need a brightly lit reindeer nose to see through the haze. See, all the elements are coming together now. Uh-oh. Oh, I think we hit render range right as we lit the engine, so we get this nice couple of second pause. There we go. Not a spacesuit so much as knitted wool everything in a gas mask. Well, how many children are there on Titan? And then figure out how long it takes to get presents to all of them. It's a conspiracy to keep them from teaching science. See, if I ever have kids, that's exactly what I'm going to tell them. It's a guy on Titan with a gas mask. See, this is a new Santa image that I think we all need to start propagating. There's a guy in an entirely knitted onesie with a gas mask. Like footy pajamas. But terrifying. That's a very good question, Wookie. How do we calculate the time value of money when relativistic effects are applied? And I don't know, does it? When was the last time you honestly got something from Santa? See, yeah, that would be scary, and that's exactly how it needs to be, because, I don't know, Halloween's the best holiday, obviously. Okay, I'm now moving relatively 4.5 meters per second relative to the target, which I should probably locate visually. There it is. And let's angle ourselves in. Oh, there would certainly be some therapy involved. No doubt there. None whatsoever. Oh. Huh. Oh, it does have a core. Good, good, good. Oh, and that core still has juice in it. Even better. Okay, so there's enough left there in the thrusters. We're going to go ahead and stage off the RL10 stage. I don't know. Maybe I should leave it on. Those thrusters are mighty useful. No, we're going to get rid of it. Decouple. Why don't I have control? Oh yeah. It helps when you unlock your fuel tanks. Oh man, that whole tank is empty already? Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Alright. That would be scary. Oh, great. I just hit the time warp button, so the space station jumped away from us. This is the button that I meant to hit. Because we need to deorbit this thing. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Well, at least the engine's nice and ullaged. I should see what's in front of us before I do this. Make sure I don't ram it into anything. Alright, and oh, we got 5 kilometers per second in this thing. Va-va-voom. And that'll deorbit. Good enough. There's station. That's where I want to be. Awesome. What are you... I'm not touching the controls. You're doing this all on your own. Please stop. Please stop. You're gonna screw everything up. Stop it. Okay. Wow, seriously? Come on. Yeah, this is without any input from me whatsoever. I don't know where it's going or where it's trying to point. But you're wasting fuel is what you're doing. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd stop it. Okay. Now to recover all the damage that this thing has done to itself. Okay, docking this thing is going to be super interesting because it has developed sentience and a mind of its own and is going wherever the hell it wants to. See, I don't know if I could sell my car, but that would certainly creep me out. An in-transfer orbit ferry system for Earth-Mars, like something that would permanently just, all its job would be is to ferry something from Mars orbit to Earth orbit. No plans for that, although I had hoped to develop something that could park in Mars orbit docked to the station, and its job would be to ferry something down to the planet where we would have some kind of colony established, or just a research station, I guess, initially, and then take back off, redock with the station, refuel, and then repeat the process. I don't know so much about fueling it up on the ground. It's an option worth looking into, but I guess that depends on how well the mining stuff works in RSS, because I've never tried it before. I seem to have misplaced my station. Oh, there it is. Good, good, good. Now, see? RCS on. I am not giving it any inputs whatsoever. But it is just... what is MechJeb doing? MechJeb is doing this because SAS is not on. Did I hit something I shouldn't have? Is there an autopilot functioning? Smart SAS. Off. Good grief. Okay. Physics student, I was actually asking myself that in the shower earlier today. If I could make some kind of aircraft that could glide down to the surface of Mars, land in a predictable manner at a predictable spot, and then take off again, using rocket engines to dock with the station, to refuel in orbit and repeat its trip. Okay, so Wookie, you're thinking about just like, I mean, I could do a larger transfer ship that would sit in sit in Earth orbit, be built in pieces in orbit. Yeah, like corkscrewing down to the landing spot. This is true. What is Cormorant? Cormorant? And I do absolutely love shuttles modeled on Buran. I think my next shuttle design was possibly going to be Buran based instead of the US shuttle based, but oh, okay, it's a mod. I don't know, I guess maybe I just don't have a strong enough background in math to kind of work out how a heliocentric base transfer system would work. That's an interesting idea, though. But yeah, the timing on something like that would be super interesting, really. I'll go ahead and link the mod. I'd love to take a look at it, even if I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I'm not adding any more mods to this RSS playthrough because stability is becoming a real factor. But because stability is becoming a real factor, I have to start thinking about building another RSS playthrough to do another RSS playthrough. Building something in either 1.2.2 or 1.3. Yeah, like a midway point way station. But yeah, unless I get a greenhouse mod or something of similar nature working sometime soon-ish, There'd always have to be resupplies heading to said station. Okay, it's time to start thinking about where I want to put all my nice new gadgets. I don't think I can actually put anything there. I'm gonna have to, though. Yeah, dang it. Of course. Of course. That's the side where I'm going to have to dock first to get the control arm out, which means we have to fly past the space station, do an about face. I actually don't play a lot of Realism Overhaul in Sandbox because all of my time is spent in career mode. Sometimes I'll go over there to test things if I'm running really low on money and I don't feel like I can run the simulations, but I always feel like I'm cheating when I do it. So I really try not to, although I've done some of the challenge accepted things I did in Sandbox mode, but only 2 of them. So I try to avoid rotating the station because I'm scared something's going to snap and break off and explode. And with the crew on board, avoiding explosions is my #1 priority. Just kind of making sure very loosely that I'm not going to pile into it. This thing's probably already got enough dings and dents on it. Oh, thanks, Isbag. Yeah, I'm Cosmonaut Crash on YouTube, which is where I do most of my stuff because I can barely walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. And these guys that were here earlier will tell you how bad I can be at trying to fly a launch path while talking. It doesn't go well. Let's go this way. God, I wonder how much of this fuel tank we've burned off. Oh, we got plenty. It just looks weird because I had to launch it mostly empty. Oh yeah, I'm not on Twitch very often. Hey, thanks, Isbang. I do appreciate that. Mostly, I've never gotten to see that thing work before. That's really cool. Oh, okay. I think you've caught every stream. I mean, I do this extra life thing once a year. That was really the first live stream I did since I kicked off the RP-0 series. And then I did one for like 200th episode, 300th episode in 1 year. And now this again. Oh, I think I did some PUBG once, and man, I am terrible at that game. And the RSS Shuttle Challenge was actually a whole lot of fun, because that was the first time I'd really, like, brought things to docking with a shuttle, which is something I wasn't really sure I could do. I say I'm not a very talented streamer. Not yet. I'm working on it. I will get better. Everything gets better with practice, I suppose. Streaming is a lot of fun. I'm not used to being able to talk to people while I do stuff. It's definitely different than recording stuff for YouTube. And How's it going, Professor Kerbal? I'm doing quite well. I'd also never thought of Santa as an alien from Titan in a knitted onesie with a gas mask, and I have to say that I don't think I ever would have were it not for all of you wonderful people. The spinning thing is a soil moisture sensor. It's basically just a science experiment that I put up there to get some free science points. Oh, I want some Taco Bell. I haven't had Taco Bell in forever. And is the soil moisture sensor going to get in the way of our docking? The answer is definitely yes, because I have never bothered to get good at docking. This is going to be an interesting experiment. How nice. Until very recently, I lived across the street from a Jack-in-the-Box, which would have been awesome, except it was the world's slowest Jack-in-the-Box. You know, like, you could not get through the drive-thru on that place in less than 20 minutes, no matter what you ordered. And going inside was actually a lot worse. Alright, how's our alignment looking? Just a couple degrees off, maybe? I think we can compensate this on the I've never just ordered fries at Jack in the Box. That would be a worthwhile experiment. I'm only about 1.5 miles away from it now. I moved a couple of months back, and I didn't move very far, but man, it ruined like 3 weeks of my life. And yeah, sorry before you go, Ash. I must have missed your comment, but yeah, the soil moisture sensor, it detects moisture in the atmosphere or in the soil from orbit. I'm not really clear on the mechanics of it. It's one of them newfangledy sciencey parts. But have a good evening, Ash. It's great to see you again. And I hope you'll come back and say hi to me sometime tomorrow when I'm blithering and tired and worn the hell out from going at this for 24 hours straight. Oh, it's a new Taco Bell. Does this happen to be one of those ones that serves liquor? I'm sorry, I don't mean to... Oh, did I just... Yeah. Great. How much paint did I just scrape? No, I couldn't have hit the thing. Right? Somebody who was paying more attention than me tell me if I just fender bendered my own space station. I guess the operative term here would be again. Did I just fender bender my own space station again? Oh wow, 3:20 in the morning. Jeez. Alright, physics student, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, I do appreciate it. Oh, I'm so off. Come on. Ease it in there. You can do it. Oh, what? No. I think I'm running into the soil moisture thing. I'm almost certain I am, because we're just getting kind of thwacked. Alright. One thing we can do about that very quickly. Let's toggle the array. Yeah, so it is 9:24 here. Man, physics student. You must be somewhere in Europe. Toggle array. Can we not pack that thing up? Oh no. Good naming schemes. That's the age-old question. That's why I usually ask the viewers to name stuff, is because I'm terrible at naming anything. Oh, yeah, that has to be the moisture sensor. We just got thwacked pretty hard. Okay. Wow. I can't believe we can't pack that thing up. This makes me kind of mad, actually. I really thought we docked that thing clear that port. Oy vey. Alright. Guess we're going for this one. Of course we are. Yeah, go for it. I'd love to learn some good naming schemes. Oh, of course, it's just a website called Naming Schemes. Now I feel pretty dumb. Also dumb that I can't dock, but okay. I never could dock. Wasn't somebody else in the chat just talking about using gemstones for their rocket schemes too? Wookie, was that you? He's at Taco Bell, so I guess we can't find out right now. See, all of my Mars style craft were called like Mars 1, Mars 2. I think I eventually landed at Mars 42. I should have gone to namingschemes.com. Alright, now I think we're actually kind of lined up with a docking port we can actually dock with. Let's see if we can't get something done. How much fuel do we have left? Should be plenty. Oh yeah, lots and lots. That's good news. Wow, how did we drift so far off target already? There we go. Bump, bump, bump. No, you go this way. And stop deviating, if you please. It's still deviating. Come on. You can do it, little guy. Man, so where am I going to... I guess I'll put the airlocks on the back of the little mini hab there. That should give the shuttle more than enough clearance. I guess we'll still probably have to make sure our angle of approach is such that the tailplane doesn't hit the station. And that shouldn't be too difficult. I say this, but it's never actually the case. Alright. Easy, buddy. Easy, easy. Come on. Nice and steady now. You can do it. Yeah, our angle is off. Come on. Wow. Yeah, no, we're not caught on something. You're just being difficult. SAS screwing with you. Oh, come on. Nope, nope, nope. You could stay facing into the docking port. Is the station rotating slowly, or am I imagining this? Come on, come on. Nope, nope, nope. Don't let it walk away. Don't let it walk away. Come back. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Almost there. Yes! Hard dock. Woo! That was only slightly more painful than usual. And that's where we're going to leave off with part 1 of our Extra Life adventure. So I hope you will come back and tune into the subsequent parts that will be coming over the course of the next couple of days. So that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.